Hey, what's up guys? Today we'll talk about how to build mental toughness on the tennis court and in life with Michael Berrer, former world number 42 in the ATP singles ranking. Let's get right into it.
Why you talking all the top, boy, you can't. What you need? Yeah, I got it. With the team, yeah. We about it. Get the cream, yeah. Why you slacking?
Hey guys, I'm here with Michael Berrer, former ATP pro. He has beaten Rafael Nadal while being down 15-40 in the final game in the third set before closing out the match. He has qualified multiple times at the Grand Slams, which is the most competitive qualification tournament in the entire professional circuit. He has experience with planned success. In his last year, 2016, he decided to finish the year with a victory at the German championships, and he achieved that. So he's the perfect person to talk with us and teach us mental toughness on the tennis court. Michael, I'm really glad to have you here again. So let's get into it. You've taught me a lot already about superpowers and how to be mentally tough. I didn't get to your level yet, but let's see what we all can learn from you today.
Thank you very much, Hendrik. Well, mental toughness is a very interesting term because obviously I also struggled many times. But I think I have come to a point where I have optimized a lot of levels. And also, due to my master's degree in psychology, that helped me also a lot to understand a little bit about the processes that go behind in our brain. And I would say that 80% of the success on the tennis court are happening up here. From my perspective, there are four fundamental attributes or skills that really make the difference. And the four, I think you are really aware about it. What are they?
Motivation, resilience, focus, and teaming.
So let's start with the first skill, motivation. Hendrik, what motivates you to go on the court and in the gym and on the track field on a constant basis?
For me, it motivates me a lot to see the improvements. So over the years, to improve my serve. Many years ago, I stepped on the court every day hitting buckets. In the gym, I like to see my bench press going up. And on the court, I like to get faster. I like to do sprints. I don't track everything, but to see this improvement also going up in the world rankings, that's what motivates me.
Yeah, from my perspective, I think several key factors in terms of motivation are crucial. The first thing is a vision and goals. When I used a vision, which is kind of a dream that drives me out of bed even on days when it's really difficult, was helping me a lot. So many years it was top 100, the magic number in tennis. Another thing is our comfort zone. I'm a huge fan of my comfort zone, you know that. So when my athletic coach told me, hey Michael, let's do a new exercise today, I was really always very hesitant. I didn't want to do it. I said no, let's do what I'm used to because it's easier. But learning and improvement from my perspective, what we all do, all of us tennis players from my perspective, do you agree? We are often looking what do the others do? What do they practice? What are they good at?
I think a great example is many years ago, I think Djokovic started doing yoga, or at least spoke about it publicly. Everybody was doing yoga. Before that, Andy Murray was running 400 meters on the track. Everybody was running 400 meters on the track. So this is just example. What happens in tennis.
And I believe that is good on one hand, but we have to focus on our own level. Fourth point in this direction is hard work. In the end, it's not possible to gain success and to reach the level that you have now without the hours on the court. Right? I mean, we have practiced in the last months and the last days, and your level has increased tremendously. Our second skill is resilience. Tennis players are used to having challenges like defeats, we have many difficult points during a match, during practice, where we struggle, where we fail. Is that something that you also experience?
100%. I like to quote Conor McGregor in his biography video. He said, "The lows are low and the highs are high." And to experience the highs, we have to be resilient and keep working when we have the lows. And it's easier said than done, but that to me is a resilience.
Yeah, definitely. So what has helped me? And guys, I've lost more in my career than I have won. I'm not Roger Federer, I'm not Rafa Nadal. And what helped me was AAA. I like those short terms. AAA means accept, analyze, and adapt. Pretty easy. When you miss an easy forehand volley, you can get angry, you can throw your racket, you can talk yourself down. But I believe that's not the ideal solution. It's much easier if you practice that. You accept the situation, you cannot turn back the time. You quickly analyze, and that goes within seconds. Why did you miss the volley? Okay, not good footwork, bad luck, do it better next time. And that means adapt. The second thing is body language and self-talk. When we watch in those amateur levels, we see that even more than on a professional level. Something doesn't go right, body language goes down, negative self-talk, I'm such an idiot, I'm so stupid. Obviously that doesn't help. So in that moment when you experience that bad feeling, activate your body language and start talking positively with yourself. I think that when you have a good friend who should teach you on the court or support you, you don't want him to talk bad with you, you want him to talk positively with you, right, Hendrik?
100%.
Yeah. That's what you do with your partner. You don't tell him, how stupid are you to miss that volley? I think you say, hey, come on, next one.
That's something Michael told me. You have to be like your own supportive doubles partner and also realize, if you're a positive person and a good doubles partner, you often talk positive to your partner, but why not to yourself?
That is the second point. But the third point is something that we have come up in a separate podcast, but it's our feelings. I don't want to go into detail, but there are 4 ground feelings that we all experience on a tennis court. It's anger, it's joy, it's sadness, and it's fear. We don't want to go into detail today, but it's very worth to watch this podcast because there are very good information about this issue. And then on the fourth point, I think when we talk about resilience, we also have to focus on our gratitude. Hendrik, I have learned that from you a little bit because you told me that you are more and more also enjoying moments when you are at tournaments like Miami. You hold still, you appreciate the moment and say, hey, how good is that? A few years 100%. Ago, I had to play a challenger somewhere in a small town, and now I'm playing at a big one here. And I think that also makes you more resilient, right?
100%. The gratitude puts things in perspective and also gives me more energy because Michael talked about feelings and also maybe getting into a negative spiral. And sometimes we have to be like, okay, I have to get out of this and realize all the good things I have and have more of an abundance mindset and positive mindset and see the things you've achieved. And if you focus on positive things, better things happen. And I think if you're in a better mind state, you can be more resilient.
Let's think about AAA, acceptance, analyze, and adapt. Then we think about our body language and our self-talk on the court. Obviously, we have to take care of our feelings and give room for the feelings that we experience. And we want to think about and also want to experience our gratitude. Our third skill is focus. Focus is key in tennis, right, Hendrik?
I think focus is absolute key, and sometimes it's even a miracle. One example, last year in Wimbledon, I was so focused at one return point in the tiebreak of the second set, and I hit the best return I've ever hit just because I was so focused. So it's really a special thing that can help us.
Mm-hmm. So in tennis we always talk about laser sharp focus, which is essential, and experts talk about this flow moment. I would like to emphasize that that is a very high level of attention that we have to generate. And think about one thing. Nobody can focus and put his attention 2 hours on one specific topic. And I think we have to allow ourselves that it's sometimes okay to drift away in our attention. The key is to be aware about it and to get yourself back. What helps us here is clarity. In tennis, I think we often have the tendency to overthink and give attention to unimportant things that we cannot influence. It's very difficult if the ball is not perfect, if the weather is not good, if the crowd is very loud. But both opponents have the same challenges. And putting your focus on the right things means we have the right level of clarity on the important things. That is important. How do we win the next point? And you know that I like those short versions. PPP, preparation prevents panic. We don't want to go too deep into that, but let's be clear. If we are well prepared, we perform better. Very easy. If we arrive 10 minutes before the match on site, we are getting in stress. If we pack our bag the moment before we depart, not good. Do that the evening before, be prepared. So preparation, a key factor for success. And obviously, when you want to be focused, you have to breathe. Think about yourself. How often do you really purposeful breathe? I think most of us don't do it. And very easy, 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out through your mouth or your nose, whatever is good for you, helps a lot.
I agree 100%. Also think about the tools that Michael just gave us. Maybe one thing about the breathing, when everything gets hectic, you should really try the breathing also in your daily life. It's a game changer. I think it's even scientifically proven. So give it a shot, and that's the way to focus.
The fourth element is teaming. And I know it sounds a little bit crazy. We're talking about tennis. Most of the times we look on singles, but hey, we have so many team events like doubles. Hendrik, you're a top double player. You are involved in a team. And many people forget that in tennis we have a team around us, our families, our supporters, our coaches, our teammates when we play club matches. So we have to find a good solution there. What do you think? How important is teaming for you?
I think as tennis players, we all start as singles players and we view ourselves like a one-man army, but we really have to harness the power of teaming. I've learned it firsthand being part of a doubles team, and I didn't see much success before my tennis career until I really started to work closely together with my partners. That was the key recipe for double success, but also stepping together on the court before and after matches to work on extra things saved me money because I didn't need a coach, and I spent more time improving, playing together. And I think many players, I've learned this from Michael, and I give this advice also constantly, his advice. If you find someone to travel to tournaments with, okay, you will play against each other a few times in your career, but the benefit of practicing together, also having conversations at dinner, outweigh that.
Yeah, definitely. I was really bad in that while I was playing. I was always holding back information. I had one, nowadays he's a good friend of mine, Andreas Beck. He was number 33 in the world. We practiced 12 years together and we had such a big rivalry that I always didn't want to share my knowledge. He wanted to get to know more things. I was kind of an idiot, I have to admit today, because he was such a source, because he was such an expert and he knew me better than I knew myself. And if I would have used this resource, I could have improved my game. Share the knowledge with your partners who can be your rivals at one day. And in the end, we need someone to play with. We cannot play tennis alone, not yet. So we have to also generate an environment where we have joy, because nothing happens without joy. Joy is the biggest motivator.
I think joy is so crucial because you can also share success. And that's something I've learned being a doubles team with many great individuals. All of them, we celebrated the wins, first tournament win, nice dinners after, first time playing at big tournaments was amazing. But then also, maybe if I've played with someone I've just played for the first time, we've built a union But then on top of that, I had people traveling with me, we trained together, and then I can also celebrate with them. And opposing example would be, as a singles player, I once was alone at a tournament and I beat a very good player for my level at the time. And after that, I felt quite empty because I went alone to the room. I couldn't share that. So teaming is crucial. We're social creatures. So get a team player, get a team partner, and you will like the results. All right, guys, we've learned the 4 superpowers to create mental toughness. Thank you, Michael. We've also covered a lot of topics that we can go into much more detail. So if you like the videos about mentality and mental strength, I would love to see more of Michael and see us dive into more detail of certain topics. So let us know in the comments. And again, Michael, thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you.
Really appreciate your valuable knowledge. I hope we all got a bit better today. I don't hope, I know. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully we see you in the next video.
Come on.